Hi everybody, Tyler here from GetJeeping.com. You see here we're in the Jeep here, and I'm going to show you right here. You see the console. Hopefully everything's in camera, but you can see right here there's a big empty spot because I took the ashtray out. I never use it. I actually have my KC lights plugged in. It's just a simple switch here, and it's just all laying there. And so I went online and I started doing some research and found out that you could modify or whatever you want to call it to install a second switch panel. So I went online and picked this up for about $20, and it's a stock switch panel that normally goes right here. And I'm going to be installing it over here and actually be drilling holes into these taps right here and putting my nice LED graphite switches in there. So first thing we're going to start off is we're going to take off the dash panel, and it's pretty simple to take that off. All you do is I have a flat screwdriver here. And I'm just going to be sticking this in there like that and prying that up. And it's all in a clip system. Don't be nervous about breaking anything. So it just clips off like that. I'm going to set that off to the side. On certain models, it has some electrical pieces under this. Mine doesn't. So I'm just going to be undoing a screw right behind here. There's two screws behind there. Screw number one, and that is a Phillips head on that side, on up here. So that's pretty simple to take out right there. Next step is there's a screw that is down here, so you can go and unscrew that. And save on that. And this part should just pop on out. Sometimes it likes to be difficult. So you want to get that, once you get the top off piece, just pry from the bottom, and there it goes. And that should all come off. I'm going to unplug my switch here. And set that off to the side as well. So you see here, here's your radio, your AC, and your heat and all that, and your other switch panel here. This is gonna mount perfectly in here once you cut it off and do some modifying. I found this idea on on Wrangler forums and on Jeep forums. I actually googled it and found a guy that did a complete post just on this. I will leave the link in the description for it, and that's what I'm going off of to perfectly do this right. The next step is just to take off your switch panel here. There's two screws back here and back here. Unplug all your wiring, and then we will go to the next step on actually start cutting stuff to make it fit. So you see here's the switch panel when it's out, and you got your switches right here for all your modifications and all that, and all the clips back here. These are exactly the same, and so what you're gonna have to do is this stays as it is because you want that for all your mounting hardware, but you're going to be cutting this side off to get it flush. You're going to be cutting this down a little to even it out as well. On this side you're going to be cutting this part off, and on the forum where I was reading, he actually used a metal bracket to reuse it, but I'm actually going to probably reuse this plastic piece since it's here already. One of the things you're going to need is a hacksaw or any kind of hand saw that's going to be able to cut this with some precision, and then you're going to have a little electric sandal, or you can use just your hand for it with some sandpaper and just sand down the edges and stuff. The first part we're going to start off on that you have to modify is this piece right here. You have to cut this part out and then just try to go with the same lines as it is all around, and then make that all hollow. So we're going to get started on that. So you can see right here that I've actually already started. I've cut right there. Yeah, I've cut down the bottom. Next I just have this part, which is probably going to be the hardest part to have to cut, is that side angle. But once that's done, you're just going to take a sander. I'll show you here in a minute. You're going to sand this down, get nice and even as you do on the other side. And you're going to do that on both sides, or all three sides, till it's nice and smooth. So you can see right here it looks a little different. So I got it all cut out right there. And you see it's some rough spots in here that I need to sand down. And what I'm going to use to sand it is this little doodad right here. And you got all these little adapters and everything that's going to work just perfectly to sand this down. As you'll probably see it in the post, that's what he's using. So we'll go ahead and start sanding that down and get to it. So now we got that all done, we're going to be moving on to the switch part. You see right here, here's the first switch panel, the one that's came out of the Jeep, and we have to mount this one right up next to it. So what we're going to have to do is, I already started, but you're going to have to cut this off right here, the shorter part. You see right here on the left side, if you can see that, it's kind of hard, it's sunny out here today. But cut this shorter part off, and just go ahead and cut it along this line right there, and then try to snug it up as best you can. And don't cut it all the way off, just cut it and slowly kind of fit it in, and if you need to cut it more off, and go from there. And then we'll move on to the next side, and I'll show you how to do that part. So this is the finished product that we came out with. You see right here on this, I got a bracket that screws in to right here, and then here all the wires come out of this piece. And so you can see all the connections here. You see right here, I got these 2 toggle switches right there, and there'll be a third one soon. And I also found this on eBay, this little cigarette lighter, whatever you want to call it, right here. And all it is a ground and a positive there. And all it is a little plug. And you can plug anything in there. I'm going to use that for like cell phones and stuff like that. I'm going to wire it so that it's always on, basically. So there we go, it just screws in, and I'll show a clip once it's all finished. So you can see right here, here's the finished product. You can see it has the 2 switch panels here. It's not exactly how I wanted it. I might twiddle with it another time, but it's a little wobbly. So I didn't do exactly how the guy said in the post. But you can see I got right here my KC lights, and these are for some LED lights I'm putting in the future. And then down here is a cigarette lighter, and I just have my radar detector in there. And over here I got a USB for any kind of USB need for like a GPS or iPhone, anything like that. And so it looks really nice. It utilizes a lot more space here than the ashtray did, since I don't smoke or anything like that. And so I like it a lot, and it's going to come in handy. And that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure you follow the guy in the description, follow his steps, because he did a lot better job than I did. A little bit complicated in his spots, but he helped you through it. Thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and we just started a Facebook page. So go ahead and check us out, and we will see y'all in the next.